Hey, 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 everyone. Come on in the room. Hello, hello. Hope all is well. Dr. Eve here. Just wanted to stop in and have a conversation. Just had the most amazing coaching session, and I wanted to come in and chat with you all about that. I shared with you all, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Eve. And I wear a lot of hats, and most of all, I'm an educator, and I use all of that in entrepreneurship. So I wanted to share with you, I shared earlier at the top of the month, a card on the top 5 things you need to be doing at the top of every month. One of those was self-care, and that's self-care across your money, self-care across your life, self-care across your physical, self-care across your mental, all the things. You don't stop. You got to exhaust all these things. The other one was checking your personal financial statement, or updating it. The other one was setting some new goals. The fourth one was cultivating your connections. And the fifth one was grow and learn. So I'm here to talk about the grow and learn because I just got off the most amazing session with my coach. And I want to talk about some things that she actually brought out while I was in my session, and some things I've learned just over the last 48 hours about my why. It just came the full circle when you know that you are on the right track. For many of you don't know that I left my job in 2016 after years and years of what I call workplace violence. Workplace violence can be something like not being promoted, or being rejected for jobs, or mistreatment, mismanagement, poor community cultivation, poor well-being, communities or a culture that is not cool, right? And so for me, part of the issue that's associated with my why was age, right? I was being discriminated against based on age because I chose to do my career, my mama stuff before, and my marriage and all that stuff before going back to school and launching my career. And in launching my career, of course, I was 50 plus years old. So of course, now that I've finished my degrees, now I'm looking for opportunities to get into the profession. And of course, I was faced with huge, huge obstacles. So more recently, what I've learned, even after, understanding understanding the importance of why I need to talk about it, one of the things that I did during my professional formal education was, as an educator, was I teach, human services. I teach group processes. I teach the cultivation of well-being, really, in all facets of sending students out into the world to form groups, to form organizations, to do amazing work, but to do it considering compassion, right? With compassion. And that means the need for an intergenerational approach. So because God has so much humor, I just want to, share with you that not only did he show me how to use my lived experience, my formal education of the things that I love to do, but he also showed me this is actually your strength. This is, that job wasn't for you anyway, because I've taught you to create community. I've taught you to connect people. I've taught you to influence people. This is the gifts I gave to you. Self-assurance. All of these are your skills. This is what God gave me. So in looking back at that all in hindsight, I am literally working with an organization right now that is having that struggle. An intergenerational approach to the well-being of the organization. So when I woke up this morning, I woke up in a complete epiphany of, man, if my why is not more prevalent to me right now, I don't know what is. So understanding your calling and what it is that you do is critical to creating an opportunity or creating your unique value proposition. I just want to say that. That is so critical. So understanding, first of all, I was a victim of this lack of intergenerational approach in a culture, in an organization. I was literally a victim. So 50 plus, man, you get the pushback. They want the young people. This is real, y'all. It's real talk. This stuff is happening on these jobs because you can have all the experience in the world, but baby, if your eyes start going bad, your ears start going bad, you can't speak as well, maybe you forget about your disability. All these things are actually happening. And so when I was thinking about, how will I continue on through my role in this organization? Well, God said, I gave you the skills to do that. You need to go back to the drawing board and create a culture of well-being within this organization, right? So God will bring you full circle to what it is that he wants you to do. This is my unique value, something that I had not brought into this space before because I was focused on a role, right? But even if you're focused on a role, there's still this part of you that should, you're there because of the compassion that you have for humanity. So God has said, okay. I said, okay, God, I see you. I said, oh my God, you're talking about real time, real situation where God says, okay, now go do the work. You were designed, you were built for this. And let me tell you, before I went to bed last night, I was ready to give my resignation. I was ready to throw it away. I was like, I don't want to do this. But let me tell you something. Be mindful of throwing things away. Be mindful of the thing that comes your way or the adversity that comes your way. And the reason why you want to be mindful of that, because you are designed to solve a problem. Because you were born to solve problems, or this particular problem, because you were chosen to solve this problem. Because remember, the opportunities are always going to be there for you to solve the problems. It may not be comfortable, but you were called to solve the problem. In every facet of my life, I can always look back over my life and see every adverse experience that I have ever had in my life. God called me to do this very thing that I'm doing right now. Only I have a formal education to do it. So you don't have to have formal education to do it. You may just have a love for it. You may have a skill for it. You may have the strength to do it. You may have a lived experience that's associated with it. But I just happen to have a formal education to be able to offer a unique value proposition with my programs. So I wanted to just come here and share that with you, because the fifth rule at the top of every month that you must do is learn and grow. So I was in community with if you don't have a coach, that is something that you need. If you are if you are growing as an entrepreneur, you should have coaching. You should have coaching around the things that you're trying to do, right? No matter what that is, because you should always be learning and growing. You should always be taking a class or something. I've got about 6 or 7 different classes that I actually purchased that I have not had a chance to get to, but because they were available right then, I needed to grab them, because that is the professional thing that I needed to do in order to grow, in order to do the things that I want to continue to do. So for those of you who are with me right now, this space is designed to teach, to grow, to help you. But I won't know what that is. I will only come here to give you what I know. If you don't ask, if you don't hit the comment section and say, well, Dr. Eve asked a question, if you don't join the hub, so that the hub, I will have your questions and be able to help you there. If you don't do that, then I am not able to offer. I won't have any questions from which to build upon, right? So I encourage you that, number one, first of all, this community is about creating cultures of well-being through entrepreneurship, serving your community, developing group, building community around the things that you love. It's hybrid. It's hybrid for a reason. It's innovation, because what COVID has taught us is that is that everything in the world was broken because people did not know how to pivot. So being able to serve your community online is very, very important. You never ever want to throw that away because, baby, it's going to be another pandemic. So I just want to just leave that with y'all. No reason to be fearful. The thing is to be prepared, right? So I just wanted to share that with you all. I am Dr. Eve, and it is Tuesday, and I just wanted to come in and share rule number 5. Always at the top of every month, what are you growing and learning with, right? And go out there, y'all. Create the culture that you need in your life. Create a culture of well-being, something that will allow you to be present with yourself, present with your family, present in the things that you love to do. We do not have to suffer through. We do not have to suffer with corporate malfunction. We do not have to suffer in agencies where we are not respected, right? But we can go and teach a thing. So if you're out there, be powered by this message today. This is Dr. Eve. I am your hybrid innovator for this community, innovative approaches to manifest your wealth and excellence. Peace and blessings to you all. Have the most amazing day. Don't let anyone get in the way.